Right, it's going to be a quick grid. So I want to try and get the two videos into one video. BRC Pat and Pole, Orbit Racing League 5, Suzuka Race 2 in the wet. Lovely jubbly. So BRC Pat P1, Ginger P2, Smurf P3, Aid P4, Curry Kart P5, Big Dan P6, Sky 7, Harry G8, Bendit Knipe, Go a 10th, reverse grid. I don't think the mandatory tyre comes into effect this time round. Right, let's go with this one. In the wet. More thinking. It's going to be about being careful in these conditions. I don't know if any of them are practice. If they just jumped on this evening and just jumped in the car and put some tyres on in the wet. And we'll wait and see, you know. So down to the first two right-handers there for everyone, and they've got through all right. So on the wet tyre, in the wet conditions, it's a bit typical for Suzuka, isn't it? Normally happens in the F1 as well, hammering down with rain. But let's hope we can get two videos into one. That's what I'm hoping to do. If not, it'll be two separate. But they only give you an hour with PlayStation. So it's a bit ridiculous, really. Should be no limit. But going here, Sky drifted a little bit there. I think Ginger was as well a little bit. Yeah, so Harry G to the inside there with Ginger. It's just being careful, you know. Just take your time and don't rush it. Sky with that 1.5 second per penalty. Mustn't like the wet. It's a huge penalty, really. That's madness. We see Pat there, a bit hot into that corner. Is that a bit of a... He's drifting that car, isn't he? He's drifting in that car around that corner. Or was that the physics a little bit playing up with the game? But Smurf there in P2, and he's drifting around that corner. The Super likes to drift, doesn't it? It's madness. URL8 there, P4. So already at the minute, he's got his foot down, and it's all going off here. The wet is catching people out quite massively. Harry G there into the side of, it looked like Coey, and he's got that 1 second penalty. So the guys who were on the podium last time out don't like the wet at the minute, and this is what happens. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. So it's still close. You might see this in this race. Probably won't see like people pull away so quickly. It'd be quite compact. And we've got Curry Kart then, Aid battling for that P3 and 4. Big Dan as well, drifting the rear end of that car in the Supra. He's fighting that car so much. It's like, for God's sake, just stay on the grey stuff for you. But in a minute, it looks black. Go in there, the winner last time out in P6. What can he do? So guys up ahead are breaking away a little bit. Harry's going to fall right down. He's going to be here. You know, Sky there got rid of that penalty. He hasn't dropped off too much, has he, really? No. Because you can see the guys there. So yeah, that 1.5 hasn't really hampered him a lot. A lot of them have gone on to, well, almost everyone's got an intermediate bendit. So later on, if it starts to dry up, Bendit's going to benefit. Bendit will benefit on the intermediate tyres. Wet there for Harry G as well. Goa wet. Smurf wet. Aid wet. So, oh, who's that? Goa. He's not enjoying the wet stuff, is he? Some like it wet, some don't like it wet. Just a little bit on the curb there. I mean, that happens in real life as well. A little bit of tyre on that wet curb. You get it wrong, it just spits you out, you know. Right then. So, BRC Pat breaking away. Must be a wet sort of guy. You know, he must enjoy the wet stuff. And yeah, he's putting out quite a big gap, to be honest with you. Curry Kart out to P2, Big Dan P3, and Aid still P4. So in a minute, Aid and Curry are now having a really good race. Close battle here by all three. Madness. Crazy. Great to see though. Brilliant to see. Really, really close racing between the three. So different types of conditions produce close racing, you know. And this at the minute, I mean, Goa's really struggling in the wet. Sky's up to that P9. Sky as well. Even Harry's got rid of that penalty now. Smurf in that P5. But a battle at the minute, I'm going to say, is here. Between Coe. Big Dan's found a bit of momentum now. And it's that throttle as well, you know. It's like feathering the throttle around certain corners and just lifting off a little bit earlier. You're braking as well. Nor you can brake with the gears. Just add the brake and then use the gears to assist you as well. Oh! That seemed like he lost the rear end massively there. It does, but he's kept it on the track. That's madness. It seemed like the rear end kicked out so much, and yeah, he managed to keep it on the grey stuff, you know. Coe and A still battling. Smurf there, breaking away a little bit from Harry, but Harry in that P6, Bendit P7, Ginger in that P8, Goa P9 and 10. Just shows, doesn't it, like different conditions bring out the best in people. Some enjoy the rain racing, as Jones isn't back, which is unfortunate. Maybe have to shoot off. Ginger into the gravel. Sky P10 still, so Sky 232, 229 for VRC Pat. When I said he was putting out a bit of a gap, but he's not, because Big Dan now is closing that gap to VRC Pat in that P2. Goey Carp in P3. I'm not going to go back or anything like that and see what happened, because I want to try and get it all in one video. Yeah, it takes longer to upload, but you know, it gets it done then, doesn't it? A there in that P4. Still on the back of Coe Carp, who's in that final podium spot. I mean, we've got like 9 laps to go, 8 in a minute. Oh god, sorry. And then Smurf in that P5, followed by Harry G. So Harry G is closing that gap and put away from Bendit in that P7. Go in P8. Ginger down to that 10 and Sky in 9. Goa in P8 at the back of Bendit. Maybe gonna look to it. No, Bendit covers him off. Oh, you just gotta be careful with the curbs. Be careful not to go too far over the curve, because it will kick the rear end out of the car, as we've seen there. Bendit in that P7. He may lose that P7 to Goa. I say that, he pulls out that bit of a gap, doesn't he? I know Darren there, no, he's not going to get on by. There's no way. So Smurf P6, going to fall into the clutch now with Bendit and Goa. Sky doing the Sky thing and just taking it easy and, you know, just waiting. Ginger is off track. Is it the rain stopping? Is there a dry line yet? Which will benefit Bendit in that P7? Not at the minute. So whether the heavy rain will stay for this race, I'm not sure. Smurf there, P6, falling into the clutches of Bendit and going at P7 and 8. Yeah, so Goa up to that P7, Smurf down to P8. Is he? No, he's not on the intermediates. No, he's not. He's on the wet tyre. I thought he was struggling a little bit. I thought he's on the intermediates, but he's not. Bendit's on the intermediates. And we've got a gaggle going on here. We've got Bendit. And then we've got Goa closing up under braking. And we've got Sky not too far behind, and Smurf in P9. Where is Ginger? Ginger's there, so struggling at the minute. But going back here, sort of about our throttle, you know, if you plant the throttle a bit too early, that will happen. You know, the car will wibble around. Yellow flag up ahead. Who is that? Aid's at a moment there. Aid's at a moment. What's happened with Aid? Got it all wrong. What happened? He's in third as well, so he managed to get that final podium spot for Coe. He lost it, didn't he? He lost it. That's going to cost him quite a lot of time. And Harry G is like, yes, Aid, I'm going to take one of your double deckers off of you, and I'm going to come on through. But a minute, it's still close, you know, so it's anyone's race at the minute. Big Dan's took the lead. I missed that one. I do apologise for that. I don't really want to go back, do I? Because I don't want to. I want to hopefully get it in one video. P4, BRC Pat struggling a little bit with the conditions. Maybe Coe Carpin at P3, Aid P4, Harry G P5, Bender P6, the Goa P7, Smurf P8. No, sorry, Sky P8, Smurf P9, and Ginger P10. 227.592 at a minute from Big Dan. Let me get a drink a minute, sorry. We'll go on to Bendit, who's being attacked by Goa. A little bit more confidence there from Goa on the break in. Caught Bendit out a little bit. Maybe Bendit was a little bit surprised by that one. But he's down to that P7. Now Sky is in his boot, looking at what he's got in there. Where can he get him? Where can he get him? He's got him. Sky's got Bendit there. Smurf. I just hope he sticks with it, or maybe he's. Yeah, he's struggling at the minute. Yeah, struggling in the wet conditions. Yeah, unfortunate that one. But Big Dan at the minute, he's like, yeah, sod you lot. I'm just gonna go, and he's going. You know, Coe Carp Aid, BRC Pat P2, Harry G in that P5. Getting muddled up now, ain't I? P4 and 5, yes. Go a P6. Sky in P7. And these Bendit, Ginger and Smurf 8th, 9th and 10th. The fastest guy on track at the minute is Big Dan, a 227.592. But the fastest lap A done a 235, 231 there in Coe, and BRC back 233, 227. So he's just putting out the time, you know, lap after lap. He's happy at the minute. He's got that P1 in the bag. We've got 6 to go. And yeah, he's doing what he has to do to maintain that championship lead over Sky. And Sky's in that B7. With that half-second penalty, he probably dropped down to P8. But you know, we've still got 2 rounds to go, and anything's possible. It's still close between these guys in the championship. And we'll wait and see the next 2 rounds, see what goes on, you know. But I'm pretty sure one of them is an endurance. Yeah, it's tricky now. It's tricky for some of the guys. Whether it's getting a little bit heavier out there. They seem to be breaking a little bit more earlier and lifting off earlier as well. Yeah, it might be getting a little bit wet on track. Even more than when they started the race. It seems like to me a lot of lifting quite early just to keep it on track. Tyre wear is minimal because of the wet tyre and the conditions. Bendit, even on the intermediates, he's doing all right, you know. They're not wearing massively. He's still there. Whether it'll come to him later on in the race, whether the dry line will appear, I'm not too sure. It's not appearing at the minute. Ginger in that P9 had a couple of offs, but he's there still. And Smurf in that P10 is quite a way behind. But points are points at the end of the day. Big Dan in that P1, he's got such a massive gap now, so he's got no worries. But Aid in the boot now with VRC Pat. Getting up to 130R. What can Aid do? Can Aid get Pat? Or will he wait for his opportunity? Wait, I missed that one, didn't I? Wake up, Darren. Right then. What happened there? Did Pat run it off track a little bit? He did indeed, and that has promoted Aid up to P3. Where is Goa? Goa is there. Is he going to go on by? He is indeed. Will Pat come back at Goa? No, he does not. So Goa now will be hunting down Aid, and then Sky will be hunting down VRC Pat. So it's getting close between the guys, certain guys. The later part of this race, you know, Bendit's in the pits with the intermediate. Is it still mandatory then? Is it mandatory? Harry, 1.5 second of a penalty. Is it mandatory? What's he come out on? The wet. So the wet must be mandatory then. Am I right or am I wrong? Smurf off track there. Him and Bendit are having a bit of a battle now. So is the wet the mandatory tyre? Must be if Bendit's pitted. Smurf having real trouble with that car. With the conditions as well. Let Bendit go on through. Yeah, must be a mandatory pit stop there from Bendit. He's in the P9, Harry G P8. Ginger in P7, but he's gone off track. Harry G's got like 1.5, so it's not going to benefit him because he's just going to drop further on back, and he's got that 1.5 again. BRC Pat in that P6. Chasing down Sky, or did Sky get by? Sky must have got by in that P5. Go at P4, Aid in P3. It's getting close here now, isn't it? Going up there. Big Dan's gone. Big Dan's here, you know. He's a million miles away. But Aid in the slipstream now of Curry Carp. I don't know if I'm going to get both races in the same video, so it'll probably be separate. Looking at the time there, it's only 30-30, you know. This might go over the 30, and Goa and A battling side by side. Switch camera. Jesus Lord, A there and Goa were side by side, but A, the more confident in the conditions, maintains that P3. 4 to go. Trying to work it out. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's close. It's close to that the 2:30 in that one video. I don't know why they just give you an hour. It's ridiculous. So Sky's there, Goa's there, Aid's there, Coey's there. So any of these guys here could get the podium. You know, any of these guys. Third. And even second ain't out of the equation yet for these guys. Even Pat's there, you know, so he's not out of it either. Aid a little bit wide there. Goa probably will get Aid, will he? They're side by side. Goa defends the inside. He moved over a little bit there, a little bit wide there on the exit of that one of them first right-handers there. But yeah, now Sky's in the boot. I think Sky probably senses now he's got to make a few positions up just to keep that gap close to Big Dan in the championship. I think it's just a waiting game now for Sky. I mean, just waiting for that opportunity. When he sees a gap, just get in there and to see what he can do. But Coe and Goa, Coe, he again needs to try and defend, try and defend the side and not let Goa go on by. It's a bit too much of an ask to close that gap to Big Dan. He's comfy, he's done a fastest lap again, a 2:27.280, lap number 7. And yeah, but it's these guys now, it's Sky, Pat's there, can Pat do it as well, but Sky in that P5 with Aid in that P4, Go at P3 and Coe P2. Remember what I said in race 1 about the guys who take it steady and then come the halfway point, they just push it a little bit more to close that gap. This to me now is what they're doing. A down to that P4. Yeah, so he's got it all to do again, but Goa in that P3, a bit too much to do to get that P number 1. But yeah, he's harassing the rear of Coe there. Coe then P2, Aid P4, but he's being caught now by Sky in that P5. We got a right battle on here for the final podium spots of this race. For second down to 5th is anyone's, but then Pat's there if any of them up ahead go off. Bendit P7. Harry G P8 had done 2:1.5, so that has hampered him slightly. So he's in P8. P9 for Smurf. Had a few struggles, but it looks like to me he's kept it together and keeping it on track. But Ginger is in P10, is chasing him down. Big Dan in the lead, having a quiet race, but good race. Go in that, and again, what happened to I can't go back, so I want to stick it in, don't I? Something must happen there for Coe. Go is up to that P2, but he's being harassed now by Aid, and Aid's being harassed by Sky. So Sky, so Aid is like the finning of a double decker at the minute. And Sky there, a bit quicker around that corner, wasn't he? He planted that throttle. He's like, right, I want this P4 so I can harass P3, but A's like, no, you can wait your turn because I want P3. With Goa breaking away now in that P2, too much to do to get down. 3 laps. I mean, even if you do 2:26s, you ain't catching Big Dan. But you never say never. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong a few times, in the commentary for this league. But Sky and A batting through that chicane. I hate that camera. I don't know why that camera does that. So these two now side by side going down the main straight. So A down to P5. He was in that podium spot. So with the battling commencing between these guys, positions are changing all the time. I won't be surprised if we see it change from these 3 here, these 3. Swapping all the time, because Go has found momentum. 2:27.138. Is it doable though for Goa? Big Dan will probably sense, Goa's he's got the fastest lap. He's finding time. Even though the gap's quite large. Oh, and I say that, Goa's had an off. Goa's had a massive off there. And that's going to help Coe. Wow. So Goa, he was putting out that gap as well, you know. He's got rear end damage. So that ain't going to help him. The rear end of that car is going to be unsettled a lot. And it ain't going to be happy around the corners. Coey senses that one. He was putting out that gap Goa as well. He was putting out a gap and pushing because he done the fastest lap time. And then one thing destroys it all. You know, ruins it for you. Even though you're still in that P2, damage is gone, but that has hampered him. Sky up to that P3, Coey 4, Aid in that P5, BRC Pat P6, Bendit P7, Harry G P8, Smurf P9, and Ginger there P10. Right then, Big Dan probably needs to push if he wants the fastest lap. 2:27.7. So he's in the 2:27s. Can he push it a little bit more to get that extra point and nab that fastest lap off a Goa? Look at this. Look at it. This is great, isn't it? Absolute brilliant stuff, you know, from all of them. You know, it's all been close racing, but when it's like this, you know, they got so much respect for each other, all of them. I mean, the action is phenomenal, you know. I mean, they're side by side at it, guns blazing, in the wet, no F's given. And they're just loving the wet stuff, you know, loving it. And they're a little bit wide. Will that cost him? Where has he gone off track? No, he's kept it on. Almost went off track there. But BRC Pat, he's found a little bit of ground. And he too has closed that gap as well, you know. Bendit P7. He's away behind now. Harry G P8. Been a difficult race for Harry, you know, for the guys back here. Smurf P9, Ginger P10. Up we go, Big Dan. Great show for Big Dan, you know. He's just like, sod you lot, I'm gonna slide the rear end of this car around these corners and show you what I'm made of. It looks like he's absolutely going for it, trying to get that fast as that, but up here, Coey down to 5, Aid up to 4th, Sky 3. Has Sky found enough momentum to keep that podium spot as Goa? It seems to be like Big Dan, he's pushing it a lot harder this lap, and by sector times, he's red, he's not that far off. Can he get the fastest lap? That's the thing. He's got one more lap to do it. It seems like to me he is pushing it a lot harder this lap, you know. Can he get... You see how the rear of the car is drifting? Still 2:27, so consistency is key. 2:30 there from Goa last time around, but... Right. So, we're on to the final lap now. Well, Big Dan is anyway. So, Goa's there, Sky's there, Aid's there. So, is this settled, how this is going to be? Is this how it's going to be? I don't think it will. I really don't think it'll finish like this. I think somewhere along the line, someone at the top is going to make a massive error. Even if Big Dan goes off, he's still going to maintain that P1, depending. Look at him drifting that car. He's just showing off now. You know, he's just showing off. Yeah, I don't know. And I say that, what happened? I said, one of them at the top is going to... You just sense it, you know. You sense it. When you do commentary for so long, you just sense something's going to happen. And there's Sky... Ah, bugger, he's in that gravel as well. He's going to have dirt on the tyres. Coey Cart's going to go on through. No, he's not. but he's going to struggle with that car, and that promotes Aid on the final lap of the race up to P3. Coey's trying to get on through to chase down Aid, you know. But Sky don't know. I mean, Coey better off just wait. He's going to have dirt on the tyres, Sky, but no, Sky keeps it on the track. And that promotes Aid up to P3. Can he stay there? Because we've seen cars go off. We've seen cars go off. And yeah, Ginger P10. Smurf there, P9. Harry, P8. Bendit, P7. Had a massive moment there. Can he keep going? Yeah, he's got enough for gap, but what, that 1.5 might... He might be okay, might. Capital M. BRC Pat P6. Coey Kart P5. Sky, what have you done? But then H is there. Can Sky push it enough to get that P3? When we come back to this, but Big Dan drifting that car. Drifting that car for the last couple of laps. And again, look, he's showed off big time. And he's the winner of race 2 of Suzuka round 8. Goa P2. So, you know, 2 podiums of the evening. Yeah, but Goa, well done in P2. Well done, Goa. Well done, Big Dan. For the final podium spot for the first time this season is Aid in P3. I bet he's standing with that one. I bet he's loving it. Right, I'm in P3. Sky P4, that off what he had. He had that P3 in the bag. Coey Kart P5. VRC Pat P6. Bendit. Guys are quite far behind now, but great racing, you know, brilliant round Suzuka. It just goes to show different weather conditions produces, you know, different racing, and the guys what you normally see further on down the pack bow up for the podium, you know, and it goes to show because Aid has got that podium for the first time this season. Bendit in 7, Harry G in 8. Smurf in 9. Well done, everyone. Well done. Cracking round. Ginger and P10. I've been Idle4 Gaming. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You hear from me in round number 9. Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well done, everyone.